So I wanted to show you something. This is something that's very magical about Mexico, and that there are these crabs that have like one claw that's really big and another one that's really small. Have a look here. Look at this guy. Do you see? One is really big and one is tiny. It's very interesting. And there are many. Look, there's another one here. There's another one here. And you can see it a bit more. It's almost like he has protection. Look at this big one. Big claw. Look at that. Really odd. Welcome so much to this channel. Thank you for being here. I feel that I'm revisiting a lot of things when it comes to why I wanted to, what the start seed was when I first started this YouTube channel. And it was this, I saw so clearly that we, like, wait, what did I see? So we are channeling here as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's has transpired. Today we have completely gone. We woke up feeling like something has to be different today. And so it's one of those feelings from the body that it's just, okay, like we need to swim or something, like what do we need here? And so we just followed the body. The body didn't know. It's just like, just not here. Like just get me out of here. And so has been a little bit overly indoors, and you know, like it just needed to get out. And so sometimes it's just exactly what the body needs for that connection. And what is that? It's anything that we are doing that is getting us to sort of disconnect from the body. It's really what that is. Any distorted feeling in the body, you're disconnected, right? This is one thing, okay, we have to say this. People, we have been so brainwashed in the dualistic perspective. That is what the whole system and society, it's just the whole freaking brainwashing. And everything is, because everything is built up on different levels of consciousness. And so something has to have a seed in order to be a certain way, to be a certain manifestation of reality. A person has to see the reality very specifically. And that can be reversed. That, like from God coming down through a body, let's say that this is your crown chakra, and God is coming here and kind of goes down to Gaia and up again and fuels you, right? With energy. And so fuels you with energy. And so when you are in there, this is your extension as a soul, you're coming in here, operating as a human, thinking that you are whatever your name is and all of that stuff, right? That's the energy we're talking about. All of this energy realm, that is who you are. You are, the knower is that glove here that's coming and operating the machinery. This is just the body, the clay, the mold. It doesn't do anything unless you do it, unless you come in and actually operate it. You're coming into a sort of a spaceship and you're operating them. That's what you're doing in energy form. And so whatever has distorted that connection, sometimes beings are not fully landed. They're just sort of hovering with their soul. They're not fully in. And that's very natural in the dualistic perspective. When you're seeing things one-sided, it's just law. Like, you can't be aligned seeing the reality like this. And so the whole point to grow in consciousness is to correct that. Not because anyone else is right or wrong. It's nothing to do with right or wrong. It has to do with alignment versus not alignment. And the alignment is something you feel. Alignment can only be felt, truly, if you are aligned or not. If you have distortions in your field or not. Distortion feels not good. Simple. Distortions in your field does not feel good. And so, if you are feeling distortions in your field, then what do? You pay attention. What is it? You have to figure out what it is. But if you are pretending that your reality is different, you can't figure it out. Because you're pretending that the reality is different. That's the reality. That's the energetic truth, is that you are pretending. How do we know when someone is fully in here? This knower in connection with the feeler, which is this in this case. If someone have learned to master their energy and can fully maneuver a body, fully, and we're talking speaking, bringing through knowledge, there is no hindrance in this glove and what comes out. Because for many beings, they're hovering, they're not even fully there, and so what's here, if the soul is not fully expressive and doing stuff, what's here? The automatic. It's like the fail-safe. And a lot of beings have been trained to be just like whatever the training was. And they're just operating like that. Of course, you have the knower, sort of, maybe this stream of the knower, so that you can operate this machinery. And you have a lot of filters between this and this before you can fully relax enough to let everything in. It looks very sexual, this here, and it is. It is a very sexual act, because it is that act of opening the body and easing in relaxation and trusting that God-given birthright that you have to land who you are. It's everyone's birthright to do this. But you have to do it. And if you have been tricked, there's just a level of trickery then. It's like having something that is just on top. I don't know if we can just use this. It's like having something between. And that between is distorted views. That can be full-on seeing reality as this, and this is the reality. That is locking the soul from coming through. Right? I hope you get our analogy here and using all these props. One. So, and so this is then the distortions. And the distortions, there are many of these. They're not just one. There are many of little things that deviate the energy in certain forms. And that can be that you can see that in your own field. And when you learn to see this in your own field, then you get to read your own experience. You don't need a therapist to tell you where you're at then, but only then, when you get to truly read your own interpretation of reality can be read accurately to know what you need yourself. And then you can self-regulate your own even psychic and spiritual abilities and your own consciousness journey, because they go hand in hand. You're not here by accident. You're not here roaming around watching YouTube or just getting entertainment. You're not here for this. You're here for something much greater. And that is to embody who you are. And that is how you do it. You take out these splinters one by one. And what does that look like? That looks like, oh, we overdid it right now. We course correct. What do you need, buddy? Let's go. You know, beach time. We went around and we went right, went left, and then ended up in this place that was completely private. I thought it was like a private person that owned, but he had a restaurant, so like it didn't really make sense. But then it was like a private for the beings of that has bought an apartment or land with this group of people. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But we got to see it, it was really beautiful. And so it's just, sometimes the body just needs those experiences to get back into reality, to plug back in fully. If you have been too computerized, which we had, we had been a little bit unbalanced between the knower and the feeler. That's really it. And so we then injected the remedy. The remedy for us right there was that beach. The body, the specific signal that we could pick up was like, beach, now. But our bodies are not like that. Those things are still knower, still misperceptions. We can joke about them, but those are still knowers, and they need to be plucked as well. Because that's not the natural flow of everyone. Some are just being trained like that. And that's why they're doing what they're doing. The trick is to get that you also have been trained. Get the training that you have gotten. See the bigger picture that we are showing you. And you get to then inject and know, based on what you're seeing, you get to see that, okay, I am doing that, like literally, your body will let you know. If you listen to your body, if you have disconnected further from your body, where you don't even feel your body, there is some practice that needs to happen then for you to prioritize and see things accurately. because it's only the knower that is twisted in its perception. Once it sees reality accurately, you automatically land in your body, because your body cannot be stressed when you see the truth. When you truly see the truth. If you're stressed, you're not seeing the truth. You have a twisted perception somewhere. That is the real learning. That's what you have to ingrain into your mind over and over again. Listen to this video over and over and over again. It will help you clarify and calibrate your mind. We also have 28 days of free consciousness shift where where Jesus was the first time he came through, and he publicly, not the first time he came through, that's not true. The first time he came through publicly, where I said that I channeled Jesus. That's it. Yeah, that's a big one. Like, I know. And there are many avenues that we can go into. Let them just be avenues and options. We don't need to go in there. We don't need to activate anything. Right? We don't need to activate. We can just sit solid in who we are now. Because we know much more than the past. And we know why that didn't work. And so, by living from here out, from here, vibrating who we are, injecting what we want, and the corrections needed to expand more into who we are. What do you prefer? What do you like? What lights your body up? Don't get confused with your body. What lights your body up? What gets your body to go, ah, that's wonderful. Pay attention to that. You have to be your body's best lover. To truly know what opens you up and give that to yourself. That's what you're secretly seeking everyone else to sort of, sometimes, not everyone does this, by the way, but some beings can kind of go out there and just scan for, I know I've done it, so I think we've all done it to some extent. Like the seeking outside for someone to fulfill you. You know, I know that I'm the only one that can fulfill me. That outside seeking actually never works. It always ends up twisting into some distorted energy dynamic, usually, or just a loop. Usually, I haven't seen it yet with this body. So I know it's possible, because we know it's possible. But I haven't seen it in evidence. I have seen many people pretend not really getting it. That we have seen a lot of. In like communities and all sorts of sexual mischievousness there going on. And those are just energy deviations. That's what it is. It is energy deviations. That is not, it's not clean energetically. Someone can be there and do whatever, but we are talking about the balance between the masculine and feminine, the knower and the feeler, so that higher intelligence can come through, so that you can use HI instead of AI. It's a really wonderful upgrade, and it keeps upgrading. It is actually in opposite to AI, it is actually much higher in frequency, and so it can see more. So it's highly recommended to listen to. All right, if you want to join me, there's a link in the bio or in the description, and I'll talk to you again in the next one. Ciao. Sometimes I've seen these, a lot of them just kind of walk across here. I think you can see one that's like over here. That's really, really funny. These are the wonderful, magical creations of Gaia. These are the wonderful manifestations that can happen. I love this. All right, cheers.